My fiancé wants to try an open relationship before we get married. I'm at a loss of what to do. Me, female 25, and my fiancé, male 24, have been in a relationship for 3 years, 4 years coming up in March. He popped the question a few months ago and I was so excited. I really feel like he is the one for me. He's amazing in so many ways and I genuinely feel like he feels the same way, or at least I did. Last night we ordered takeout for dinner and we were going to watch the newest Rings of Power episode. He was acting incredibly weird, not very talkative and very fidgety. He usually sits pretty still or relaxed, but he kept bouncing his leg and tapping his fingers. Eventually, about halfway through the episode, he pauses it and says he wants to talk about something extremely important. He sounded so nervous and I immediately got this sinking feeling, but I told him everything was okay just to tell me what was going on. He said it had been on his mind for a while and he didn't know if it was just the nerves of realizing he's about to be married, but he realized that I'm his first real relationship. Before me, he had only dated a couple people in high school and it was never long lasting. I asked him where he was going with this and he started crying. He said he was scared since he didn't have a lot of experience with other people. He was worried if he was making the right decision. Obviously that effing hurt to hear, but I didn't say anything. After dancing around the subject for a bit, he finally just said he was thinking an open relationship would be good for us, at least for a little bit. Honestly, the second half of this conversation is a blur because my anxiety was so bad I was hardly listening. He said he loved me and he knows he wants me to marry me no matter what, but he wants to see what other people were like before getting into a lifelong marriage. He cried throughout the whole conversation and he kept reassuring me that I wasn't the problem. He just wanted to experience other people since he never really was able to. He said if I agreed to an open relationship there would be lots of rules in place and it would all be very safe. I feel like our relationship is ruined. I'm obviously not okay with an open relationship. He said I could see other people too, but I don't want to. I only have eyes for him. I only want him. I only love him. He kept saying I have every right to say no and he would understand it and he would never make me do something I didn't want to do. But the thing is, since he brought this up, if I say no then I'm constantly going to think he's seeing people anyway. It's already happening. I used to have complete trust in him, but now I can't stop thinking if he's already seeing other people. Maybe he's bringing this up because he cheated on me and he needs an excuse now. I don't know, my mind is everywhere. I don't know what to do. I told him I would think about it and he hugged me. He didn't let go for a long time. I slept on the couch last night. I told him I just needed to be alone. Any advice is so much appreciated. Update: we called off the engagement and broke up. He swears up and down he didn't do anything, but he confessed he brought it up because he had a crush on someone and wanted to try it out. I had been staying at my friend's house for a few days trying to figure out what I wanted to do. A lot of the people in the comments were a huge help to me mentally. I appreciate a lot of you so much. I probably would have gone through with it, but you guys pushed me to ask more questions. I asked him what made him start thinking about it and at first he went right back to his experience bull crap. I told him if he wanted to experiment intimately, I would be more than happy to try some things out and I wasn't going to be accepting that as his answer. After a while he caved in and admitted that a girl who works at a coffee shop he visits often asked him for his number, and that's when he started to think about it. I was heartbroken and angry to say the least. He had said if we got into an open relationship, people we knew would be off limits. He said she didn't count as someone he knew because he wasn't friends with her and she was still technically a stranger. I told him he did know her. He goes almost every day and she's very friendly with us, but either way it didn't matter because he had already told me there was no one he had in mind. He lied to me. After some more arguing and crying from both of us, he told me if I didn't want the open relationship then to just say no and we could move on from this. He was basically begging me not to talk about it anymore. He just wanted to move on. I told him it wasn't that easy because I straight up do not trust him anymore. As far as I know, he could have already experimented with her. He promised me he never cheated on me and never will. He said he would never go to that coffee place again and if he saw her he would ignore her. I told him he could see other people. I just wouldn't be in the picture. He got frantic and asked me if I was breaking up with him. I said yes. I told him a year from now or even a couple years from now, after he gets all his experience out of his system and I'm still single and interested, we can try again, from the beginning, no engagement. I personally don't see us getting back together, but he was crying and clinging on to me. Honestly, I'm disgusted. I'm mostly sad though, heartbroken, pissed off, lost, confused, anxious. We had our whole life planned out and ready for us and it got ruined by a dumb crush he had the nerve to ask to try out because of lack of experience. I'm heading out in a bit to get drunk with some girlfriends. I know a few people wanted an update. Sorry it wasn't very happy. Thank you for all of the advice.